Yes, I'm here. I'm gonna fucking tell you about the fucking 2 games tonight for Monday Night Football. Also, I'm gonna give you some player props, some ones that you should bet on weekly. Weekly player props that have a very, very high likelihood of hitting every week. I went 5-0 this weekend. I fell asleep while reading the new edition of the DSM, the DSM 6. Yes, they're on the 6th edition. I was reading about narcolepsy and what it's like to be a narcolepsy fiend. So basically, you know, you just shoot up heroin all day. Just not off. We're going to check the audio right now because I put on the little puffy little thing. And it sounds good. We're good to go. Just going to try to keep it at a low volume. So I noticed there's a... So we have... What do we have tonight? We have... Let's get into it real quick. So... Ravens at Bucks, -3.5 for the road favorites. Ravens, 3.5 point favorites on the road. Interesting. Huh. I want to look at the injury report. -195 for the money line on my bookie. And +157 on the money line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And... Injury report. Injury report. Yeah, for tonight. I want an updated injury fucking report. Ravens versus Bucks. The Bucks. These two teams only play, you know, usually once every 4 years. Sometimes they'll play more with the new added schedule, added game. And Baker, man. Oh, if you want to throw some money on the first touchdown scorer, Derrick Henry. He's 4-2 this year on first touchdown scorer. So he's played. There's been 6 games. He's played in 6 games. And he has been the first touchdown scorer in 4 of the Ravens' 6 games. 2 of them he's not. Anytime touchdown scorer, he's 6-0. He's scored a touchdown every single game this year. And this is not a team that's playing tonight, but another first touchdown scorer to look at would be David Montgomery for the Lions. He is 3-2 in their 5 games for first touchdown scorer. 3 of the games he's hit the end zone, and 2 of them he has not. It's tough to get be a consistently good first touchdown scorer. And for anytime touchdown, he is 5-0. So Derrick Henry and David Montgomery, anytime touchdown scorer every week, just ride that for the whole season. Unless, you know, obviously you can't bet on them if they're injured, but Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, first touchdown scorer and anytime touchdown scorer. Injury report. The report. All right. I'm going to try to... Injury report. So we have nobody really that I could even... Trey Palmer for the Bucks. Rashad White, the running back, is questionable. That's about it. Couple offensive tackles. Oh my goodness. Okay. What? All right. These are fake people. Fake people. No, thank you. And now we're going to check Betting Pros because this is a really good website for. Well, yeah, let's go to. Yeah, we're going to do the spread and the over under first. So, Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay is 4-2 against the spread. Baltimore is 3-2-1. So that's kind of a neck and neck race there for who's better in terms of the spread. Baltimore over under record is 5-1. So 5 times they hit the over, 1 time they hit the under. Tampa Bay is 4-2 for the over under. 4 times they hit the over, 2 times they hit the under. Go over on this one. I know it's set at 50 points, but just go over. Bet on the over. And if you want to, I honestly think the Bucks are gonna win. I don't know why I'm like so high on the Bucks this year, because I watched Baker Mayfield a lot last year, and he fucking made me. Every time I would talk shit about him, he would just play better. Anytime you bet against Baker or talk shit about him, when I do, he just plays better. So, yeah, Baker Mayfield is not somebody you want to bet against, and I think that the Bucks will win tonight, so you can bet the money line plus 157 as well. Or if you want to go the spread as the underdog at home, that's the safer bet. It's at plus 3.5, so if they lose by a field goal, you can still hit the spread. All 3 of those bets I think will hit. Next we have the Chargers and the Cardinals. About 45 minutes later is the start time. And we have -1 point favorites for another road favorite, the Chargers. Interesting. And the Cardinals are at home and they're +1 point underdogs. So that means this is basically a pick'em game. This is what pisses me off about some of these websites. Well, so if you bet on the Chargers -1, the favorite, by 1 point, that means that if they win by 1, your bet is a push, which means you get your money back, but you don't win any money. So you don't win, you don't lose. This is why I like when the spreads are at a half a point, personally. But the Chargers, so if they win by, like, if you bet on let's say you bet on the Cardinals. And basically if they lose. Fuck! Okay. Anyways, I had to take a step away from the laptop there for a second. And as I was saying, basically this is whatever. The money line for the Chargers is -119. The Cardinals is -102. If it was at, which sometimes the websites, they have it at -0.5 for the spread, which is a pick'em. So then the money line odds would basically be -110 for both teams, which is pretty rare to happen. Anyways, the over-under is set at 44. So let's just bang this out real quick. So we have. God, my head is so fucked up. Oh my god, man. No, for real. If you have a over under is set at 44. I don't know if I just said that or not, because yeah. So moving on to the Chargers are 1-4 on the over under, and Arizona is 3-2-1. I'd stay away from the over under personally. Which I might do like a teaser parlay thing if you want to just roll the dice on that as well. All you listeners, there's so many of you. You know, Arizona is 3-3 against the spread ATS, and LA Chargers are 3-2 against the spread ATS, which is against the spread. So, let's go to. Honestly, I would go Bucks plus 3.5. Bucks money line, which you can't include that in a parlay because you have to either choose the money line or the spread. And then you do over 50. So over 50 at minus 110 plus 159 for the Bucks. And then you got. I would just go the money line if you're gonna bet the spread for. I would go Cardinals money line. I think Kyler Murray is gonna cook it up tonight. Oh, the Chargers defense is like the best in the NFL. Huh. Let's just double check that to see how they're doing. Let's see. All right. Chargers. $13.2 points a game allowed. That is the lowest by far in the NFL. The Carolina Panthers are the opposite end of the spectrum, and they are giving up 34.7 points a game. So bad. I don't think you could ever. That is really. It's astonishing how piss poor and like bad of a team you have to be to. After 7 games, 7 games, and you're giving up almost 35 points a game. That means 5 times 7 is 350 points. No. Not 350. What was I? I don't even know. That didn't even make sense. Nothing does. Haven't you looked around, everybody? Haven't you realized it ain't great? It's going You know, I'm gonna check the injury report again. Not again, just Cardinals. And these two teams barely play each other about once every 4 years as well. So that's good. That's good. We need to do more collectively to win more games. So that's where all of our energy and focus right now is what we do. Is what do we control and how that impacts beating the Chargers on Monday night, Gannon said. That's where our headspace is at. Control. That was on ESPN.com from the Chargers head coach. Or the whatever team it was. It doesn't matter. That was a quote from the head, one of the coaches. So, looks like they are in the right headspace. That's good. I'm actually flipping. I'm going to do Chargers. Just go Chargers money line. Chargers money line. Or instead of doing the Buccaneers money line bet and the Chargers money line parlay with the over 50, which is what are the odds for that? Plus 810, which is pretty nice. Those are pretty good. So if you bet 100, you make 810. Or if you bet, like, say $20, which, you know, is not with that kind of parlay, that'd be 100 and what? 62 from $20. But you have to hit the over 50, which you could, some websites you can buy half a point. But that's, if you're betting that, if you like, if to like, to kind of like get a grasp on if you want to buy a half a point or a full point or do an alternate spread or an alternate over under total. If the over under is set at like 50 or above 48, there's really no use in buying half a point because they're probably going to be scoring a lot of points anyways. You know? So, yeah. Buying a half a point is really, really like reserved for if you are doing a parlay and you really just don't want to, like, say you do -1 for the Chargers and you're really worried that they might lose by 1. Or, excuse me, win by 1. Because if they win by 1 and on a -1 spread, that means you just push and that you don't cover the spread. So that would mean your parlay or your teaser, whatever, etc., would not hit. So I don't think my bookie doesn't allow that sometimes. They did last year and the year before and the year before that. Yeah, they did. I remember. I remember when my bookie. Now we're going to do, we're just going to get into player props real quick. Or how much time we got on here? 18 minutes. Yeah, it's only 2 games. Yeah, player props. So, you ever just not give a shit about anybody? Well, they're not really like that. Yeah, never mind. Player prop streaks, man. I love this website. Oh, and by the way, if AI Hayden or whoever the hell it is talking to you or trying to fucking like tell stories about your past, present, or future, reading your mind, or responding to things you're doing in your private life, whether that be like my voice or my audio episodes sound differently than when you like if you start an episode Just listen to like the first few minutes and then restart it and see if you notice any differences at all. Because AI is trying to come for us and we are not going to let them. So it's just something to think about if that ever happens to you. It is not me, just FYI. So at least it's not intentional by any means. And if the episode audio changes at all, just let me know. Just email me. I got my 4 emails in the podcast description, 4 of them. In case one of them doesn't really, if one of you are offended by one of the email names, then you can email me elsewhere. So, Baltimore and Tampa Bay. So Derrick Henry, yeah, over fantasy points. All right. Derrick Henry in 4 straight games has rushed over 80 yards. I can't believe that it hasn't been every single game this season. Yeah, so you're just looking for like good streaks here. How many games in a row that these players have had? Dude. Bucky Irving. Huh. See, I feel like this is a fake person as well. They might have just got the memo on him. So, McConkey. Nice. This is a nice last name to have. Lad McConkey. Nice. What? Who the what the where is that what? So he's a wide receiver and in 6 straight games he has gone under 0.5 rushing yards. Oh, the odds for that are minus 750, so probably not going to want to be betting that one very well. I mean, very likely. Blah 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 blah. So the player props. Why did they change the way this is laid out? There we go. So this is for all the it's like over under on carries if you're a running back. So how many times they carry the ball? Over under on interceptions for the quarterback. Over under on pass attempts. Over under on pass completions. Over under on pass interceptions. Which is the same thing as an interception, right? No. That's for the defense. My bad. Excuse me, fucking idiot. Over under on passing touchdowns. Over under on passing yards. Over under on receiving yards. Over under on receptions. Over under on rushing yards. Over under on sacks. Over under on tackles and assists, which is not a statistic in the NFL. Player performance doubles, which is you'd be combining like any 2 player props for a little bit better odds. So Baker Mayfield to have at least 2 passing touchdowns and Tampa Bay to win, plus 259, is the very first one with the best odds. Or excuse me, the least juice. And then at the very bottom for the Buccaneers, you have Chris Godwin to have Chris Godwin to have 150 plus receiving yards, Tampa Bay to win, and Tampa Bay total points over 22.5. Which they'll hit the over on 22.5. Tampa Bay will probably win. And Chris Godwin, where is he at? That's plus 300 or plus 3,000. So you bet 100, you win 3,000. You bet $10, you win 300. Or if you want to bet $1 million. So, here's the thing. Let's think about this now. Okay, where are his fucking games? He hasn't had over 150 once. So if you find one, he's had a touchdown in 3 of the 5 games. Just to see what this is looking like. Yeah, 150 receiving yards probably ain't gonna happen. Against the best, not the best, that's the fucking Chargers. Rah! Derrick Henry to have 1+ touchdown in Baltimore to win, minus 118. Like, these are the kind, like, that's a Justice Hill. Nobody's going to be betting on Justice Hill. So, let's go. Kyler Murray, in 4 straight games, he has had under 1.5 passing touchdowns. Which is, not very many passing touchdowns. So, that's why I'm kind of glad I went with the Chargers -1 or the money line. Wait in line for the money. Unless you already should have been. All the way through the line. But that's the thing, because it seems like we're a communist country now. It seems like we are. So, what the fuck? God, dude. Jeez. Anyways, dead air. If you don't like listening to my podcast, you think I take too long, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. You're probably right. Don't listen then. If you don't want to win money, don't fucking listen. You know? That's it. It's pretty simple. I just know how to bet football. I'll probably start doing some college lines as well in the NHL and NBA that are coming up. World Series is, the Eastern, whatever the fuck. ALC, whatever the hell. You know what I mean.